We want revolution.
Spocklets on standby.
Log online, fan page loaded and ready.
Player stats, loaded. Health check, go.
Weapons check. Eyes check, complete.
We have launched for the Informant podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is the Informant podcast. I'm Pistol Pete from Stockholm, and there's people here. The same people that come every week, with the exception of Chester. We have Jana, Mig, Death by Gucci, and Jennifer, the Mafia Wars Loot Lady. What is happening?
Well, that was entertaining.
Not really. It was
different.
It was different.
Yeah.
It was different.
Those don't get bored with us.
Trying to spruce things up.
I see. Very nice. It's been lovely here. It's a good week. It's almost Friday. I need a weekend. I'm still recovering from Lego.
Lego hell.
Yeah, I went to the Lego convention last week, so I'm still getting over that. What's going on with you guys?
Do you get Legos in your shorts like when you go to the beach and you get sand in there?
Yeah, I found some random Lego trophy in my bag today, and I'm like, wow. No, I have found a couple things. I emptied my shoes before I left there, and so I thought I got them all, but they threw Legos at me. So I had quite a collection of Lego.
Wow.
You have to do that sometime. It's insane. And since your boys are Lego maniacs as well.
Yeah. I
have
think they
to
have
take
one coming up down in Austin.
Yeah, I saw that on the schedule. That would be a fun place to go. And you know, Austin's awesome. So
You have family there, don't you?
yeah, actually, I
you should
lived in
go.
Austin for a long time. It's fun. Fun place. No, I can't
I
handle
lived there
another
too.
Lego convention. But it would be fun for Pete. If I went to Austin, I would hitch Slitterbond. That would be nice.
Is that water park thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indy
Oh,
Fun.
I've
Heard of that
been there before.
Yeah.
I
have
lived
not
in
been there,
Austin too for a little while.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
nice. See, all the cool people have lived in
All the
Austin for these
Texans.
months.
Yep.
Exactly. So what is up in Stockholm? Anything changed since we last spoke?
In the backup version, if you're using the repeat job, Brazil/London/Chicago, if you turn on the backup option in the toolbar, or you go to the backup spocklet, there's an option now. If you run out of bandits, it'll wait a period of time before trying jobs again. Where in the past, it would basically just lock up and you'd be dead in the water.
Right.
So it does give you a chance then to go out and beg your family to send you some more.
Yes, because they love that.
Yep. Although that process isn't as terrible as things used to be in the past. At least it's only just clicking an ask button once and then, just waiting. So, but yeah, that's about the only thing that's new. It'll probably be pushed out here after there's more testing of it on the backup version. So,
Righto. Well, what's happening with the loot lady? Anything over there?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
nothing too exciting. It's been nice though because I think we needed a break to finish the secret districts and London. Those are
Agreed.
very energy consuming. I finally finished all of it, but now I'm bored.
Really? I'm not
But-
done yet, but
I don't have to worry about it anymore. But it's really important to make sure you have enough consumables early on. Like, I didn't wait, so I'm farming for them when the jobs cost like 1,400 energy.
oh dear. There's no other
And-
way to get them?
Well, yeah, you can get them from your
From building, right?
property.
Crafting, right?
Yeah, you can get 6 a day, but
Not
I like
enough.
to blow through them, so that wasn't enough. But I did get quite a few early on.
no, that does remind me of something.
What? Oh,
The
yeah.
property manager got an update from Ike to include the new property and
The light
also
bulb goes off.
and it also to include the option now to be able to build, it's not really building or crafting, it's getting those items in your properties that are multiple items. So like you can get multiple satellite phones, because I'm sure there's really a place in the game to use that still. Let me think what else you can get. That you can get body bags, because there's plenty of places to use that right now. Anyway, so now you can get all 6 of them if you've leveled your properties up completely through the property manager in one pass, instead of having to, in the past you can only get one of them.
Yeah, we've never really needed it before.
And I was trying to
can't-
be funny there, and like nobody was even helping me out.
I was gonna laugh, but I figured
She was gonna laugh, but then it just wasn't that funny.
I was
I
like,
felt it would downgrade your drag sense.
Yeah, we like to let you roll with that.
I'm like, yeah, I'm talking to myself here, folks. Hello, is this thing on?
But this really is the first time there's been a need for that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's ridiculous how much energy those jobs cost. And if you're a new player, like, I know they have them lowered for newer players, but, you know, if you're like a level 5 or 600 and you don't have a big energy pool, you're going to be having problems.
Mm-hmm.
And the point is, and I don't think I think they try to cater to the higher level players because they don't want us to get bored, but in the process, they forget that they have a lot more other players they need to hold on to.
Hey, did you see also that your family bargain thing came back?
Yes. And people don't like these gimmicks, and it annoys people that do spend money because they're like, it's kind of insulting your intelligence.
Right.
If I want to buy a loot item for 35 reward points, I know where to go to get it. I don't need to have some banner and some fancy schmancy thing trying to entice me. It just makes me feel like they're trying to be tricky.
Yeah, and you've given us now an option for VIP, and we're all in favor of it, and said, all right, it's a good enough deal and everything. And then it's like now you're still just trying to rake us over the coals for something else. It just
like they can't
kind
get
of bugs you. So it's just like not enough. I mean, you're getting a monthly paycheck from many players as long as you're going to get your loot continued to update in a timely fashion in relation to when people are renewing their VIP membership, but you're getting that from people now on a monthly basis, and it's a pretty good chunk of change when you sit down and think about it. I mean,
that adds up. I mean, oh my gosh.
Entertainment dollars, it's probably not much. I mean, it's comparable to like one time going to a movie with a small family, but anyway, you got games out there that are selling for $1 a month, $12 a year, and you can play, and you get all kinds of features and everything else, and here you are with this one, and you get what you get, or others with $10 a month for the premium access. So it's just kind of interesting. Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, I had asked them in the pack room if we could have some server images or something to put out there to let players know that, yes, they are going to update the loot, because they've stressed that several times that they plan to. And so instead of that, they actually made a blog post, and they put all 6 of the new items up there. So they're in the servers. They're not in the inventory yet. So, I don't know when to expect this refresh, but if they're smart, they'll do it before everybody's subscriptions are going to expire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what I found funny is when I saw that, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go buy the second month, or at least get my payment back so they take it out automatically. And if you cancel your subscription, and I had done it for a blog post, you go to the marketplace and you have a banner, and it has a countdown to how much longer your membership is good for. Well, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to renew it now. Well, you can't. You have to wait till the current one expires, which is kind of silly because here I am with $24.97 ready to give to them, and I can't.
Well, they explained why, though. Technically, if you paid for it once, and even though you canceled, you still have access
to the benefits.
To those benefits for the entire month. So
I
the
know,
idea of starting
wasn't
back
that
up
one of
again.
the things they said early on?
Yeah.
Like,
did you not read?
Yeah. Don't you ever read anything?
No, they said you could rejoin at any time. And technically, I don't need to rejoin because I'm covered. But the thing is, I have the money now. I'm willing to go through PayPal and do all that now.
Yep. If you're willing to pay, take my money.
Will I be that way in a few days? Maybe I'm going to see something else I'd rather spend that money on.
True. The
Or maybe
downside
you're
is
gonna be
they should
pissed
accept the money and just extend your time.
Yeah, it's just not a good business thing where I'm sure I'll be online when it expires and I'll sign up again. Mm-hmm. But what really amazed me about this loot is that they thought it through. In the first batch, we were missing a defense animal, we were missing an attack weapon, and 2 henchmen. And so this current batch has the attack weapon, it has the defense animal, and it has, I believe, an attack henchman. So now the only thing VIP loot does not cover would be a defense henchman.
And do you think
So-
maybe that'll come in the next round?
Hopefully. I don't know. There was a lot of duplicates, from the previous batch, and still none of it is better than some of this war loot. And I know we've talked about this war loot glitch on here a few times, and it still hasn't been fixed. It's still going on. So many players are maxing out on the new war loot.
So maybe there's probably going to be a rollback.
I don't know, because they tried to do a rollback and they screwed it up.
Maybe they're perfecting it, working on that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm kind of torn about where I stand. I mean, I think if it's going to affect innocent players, I think you should leave it alone and just let the people that got it keep it. But it does imbalance things where, if somebody already has it, why would they spend money for this VIP loot? Although there is that henchman that will probably be the deciding factor.
Right.
But there's a couple glitches going on with the loot. I don't know it with the wars. And it's always a problem with these wars. If they can't get it right, then they need to just remove the rewards and be done with it.
Yep.
Well, now we have other stuff that's still gotten flaky all of a sudden, like, the boss fight thing. The number next to the boss fight doesn't show up anymore, telling you when you've actually got a live boss fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't done a boss fight in so long.
Yeah, but people in your family are, and if you click on it,
Yeah.
then you can actually see that it's still active, but you have no way to know looking at the boss's button.
I did notice that. But you're right.
That's funny. I never noticed.
And it's
No
like
one's
it's
even
like
said
the declare war, not always showing up when you're actually in a war. I mean,
I hate
war.
that. Yeah.
I guess those are two new things that we need to consider adding to the notifications in the spot
I always
bar.
want to go after those people, and I know it's just declaring a war, but I end up icing them. Sorry. Like, pisses me off.
I had one the other day, and I hurried up and I made a post because all that was left was my headshot. And I'm like, oh, sneak attack, please hurry. And then when the war was over, I saw that he was like at a low level loot tier. So I went through all that trouble to get 2 pieces of crap. And if this poor guy actually needed this loot, I should have.
Then you
just let
stole
him
it
in.
right out from under
Yeah,
me.
I kind of felt bad afterwards.
Did you write him a letter?
No,
You didn't go that far with it.
no.
I wonder if anybody does operations anymore either.
The only people I know that do them, they do it for 2 reasons. One, for family progression, because each one you help at gives you 4 helper
Yeah,
points.
I forgot that helped you there.
And it can come in handy if you have a small mafia and you don't have enough gifts being sent to you. But you can use the slot machine.
Right. Or
the-
you can run the loose slots even. It's even easier.
that way. And then there's one operation that has one job that has a good ratio, but it would seem ridiculous to search for them. It's not going to help you that much.
Mm-hmm.
There was something else about operations.
I was just thinking, I'm just wondering, like the things that are in the game that now are not active anymore, is there enough of a reason to keep them?
No.
Yeah.
If they're going to update, I think no. Now, the operations was a good feature. It was popular. People participated. It was a way to get some loot. Personally, I don't like them because I don't like searching for things.
Right.
And, and then when you have the automated scanners, it's really hard to get in an operation because everyone's taken them before you have a chance.
Right.
So they kind of come be like the loot. Like the wars, you try to find an active war and it's impossible because of these automated scanners.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Trader Go, come on, it's been probably a year since they updated that loot, so nobody in the right mind would utilize it. Why couldn't they have gotten rid of that?
Right. Well, and I'd like to think that they will. It just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, it should be easy to delete a feature.
Maybe
You would
because they're
think.
very, very proud of it.
And that could have been a nice feature. Maybe they're considering making it for the function that the players asked. We asked for a place to get rid of our crappy loot. If they don't want to give us something in return, give us a dump. Call it Trader No-Go's dump and let us just put items there.
Yeah. Exactly.
At no point in the process did people say, oh, I want to trade in only 2 of my loot items and spend reward points to get a semi-better loot item.
Or what would be cool is if you had a family bank in the family module where just in your family you could throw everything in that you didn't
would be.
need. And then people could collect from it that were just specifically in your family so that you weren't necessarily bettering anybody else.
That would be a good idea.